This has been a pretty remarkable day. The Mandelson files, as they're being called by the media, don't think of this as just another bad day at the office for the Prime Minister. Don't think of this whole question as another political story that sickens you with career politics. No. You need to think about this in a much, much bigger context. The last major political scandal in Britain was Profumo, and that is over 60 years ago. What was that all about? Well, it was all about women, it was all about a Russian spy, and it was about cabinet ministers and senior Conservative Party people. This involves the royal family. This involves a former Prime Minister turning his guns on a current Prime Minister. This involves the leaking of cabinet, state secrets to the highest level. It involves market-sensitive information of the most profound nature. It involves, in my view, one or two elements that are quite potentially breaches of the Official Secrets Act. And we watched it today at Prime Minister's Questions all play out. It was a day of deep humiliation for the Prime Minister. The Leader of the Opposition, Kemi Badenoch, started off and she asked three questions. Did the Prime Minister know at the time Mandelson was appointed to be our ambassador in Washington that Mandelson had maintained contact with Jeffrey Epstein after his conviction for underage prostitution? Twice, the Prime Minister tried to bat it away. On the third go, he had to admit that that was the truth. But then came the question that led to a subsequent chain of events. And that's because the Prime Minister had agreed that he would give us information about the decision, the briefing, the backup to appoint Mandelson as ambassador. But he said, you can't see things that are matters of national security. You can't see things that are a matter of international significance. You can't see things that involve trade. And suddenly, the brief was getting wider and wider of what MPs would want to see, to the extent that everyone in the House thought this is, including, by the way, his own backbenchers, this is a cover-up. This was the question number 4, that came from Kemi Badenoch that led to a subsequent chain of events.
The Prime Minister is serious about national security concerns. He should ask the Intelligence and Security Committee to decide which documents should be released. Will he commit to doing so here and now?
So the nub of it was that the Prime Minister and the Cabinet Secretary should not be the ones to decide what things we can't see, because after all, how could the man be independent when he works for the Prime Minister? It should go off to an independent committee made up of MPs and security experts. That all made perfect sense. The Prime Minister didn't agree to it. The Prime Minister, at the end of PMQs, pretty much stormed out of the Commons. But the drama continued this afternoon. Now, bear in mind, this is the Prime Minister, of course, that has made sure that Andy Burnham doesn't return to the House of Commons. But there's one lurking giant inside the House of Commons. That's the former Deputy PM, Angela Rayner. And she then backed up what the Leader of the Opposition had asked for.
Given the public disgust and the sickening behaviour of Peter Mandelson and the importance of transparency, should we not have the ISC not have the same role now in keeping public confidence in the process?
And within 2 hours, the government had backed down and decided that, yes, it would be this ISC committee that would decide the things that MPs can't see that may be matters of national security and importance. But boy, I tell you something, we are going to get an absolute treasure trove of information out of all of this. What I don't know is how long it will take for that committee to make these decisions, but it's coming, it's happening. I repeat the point. This is about corruption. This is about leaking of national and international secrets. This is a potential breach of the Official Secrets Act. It involves the royal family, it involves senior members of government, and who knows, behind it all, maybe even Epstein could have been working for the Putin regime. I believe that this is bigger than Profumo.